My God, never lose a battle yet. I don't worry, don't fret. Them say them a go write me off, but this a battle me a win, yeah. I don't fear no pagans, I don't fear none. There's gonna be a brighter day, there must be a better way. Cause all them a talk and still a send threat. Psalms 91, it never fail yet. Been through the fire, enough tears and sweat. Nothing me go through and don't give up yet. So even though they write me up, even though they fight me up, man I overcome, yeah. Even though they write me up, Imam me waymaker. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslavers.
I hear them talking, and they calling my name. But blessed are the persecuted ones for righteousness' sake. I'm a real independent girl, you know, so me I be like that. Moving forward, and there's no way me I go look back, cause me act like fire. Believe in a prayer, so tell them about me, don't worry, don't fret. Me moving higher, them a figure retire. In my shoes, none of them can't step. Come he's a girl with pay me times, and I touch her and make her in pocket. Me nah know that. Some girl wrap up in a pride, and I go on like them hype. When I meet them really won't check.
God I'm the boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm the boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm the boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm the boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver.
That's okay. Me and me head on me body and me know so me have ambition. That's okay. Validated in Christ and I use that as my weapon. That's okay. So me no need no one to come boost up my reputation. All my talks about ladies, hold your head high cause we're still number one.
God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. God I'm me boss, Imam me waymaker. Break me free from the enslaver. Supera, no importa que dicen supera, supera, supera. No importa que dicen supera, 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 supera. No importa que dicen supera, 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 supera. No importa que dicen supera.
I don't know. I need to get ready for work.
2 Corinthians 2:9.
My boss is saying it's time to accomplish these goals. Yes, God are your boss. What is he saying to you this morning? Is he saying, wake up, it's time for you to hit the road running. I hope that you are ready and waiting and available to be used. It's another breakfast hour. I am Elise, and we are planning to have this morning going in fine style. I hope that you had a good night. You have started your morning well, and you would have done your self-talk. If you didn't have a chance to listen to that episode last evening with Dr. Levine, it is a good opportunity for you to just go ahead and take a look and see how you can improve your life today, tomorrow, in the present. Baby steps, one thought at a time. Welcome to Breakfast Hour. I encourage you this morning to go ahead and share the link so that someone else will know what's happening right here on Flashpoint. Let's get started with the man K. Anthony as he reminds us, yes, in spite of the challenges, we are.
First thing in the morning,
thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Ha. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come, and I'll be a better man. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Woo! 'Cause today is all I have. I'm gonna live today. Come on! I'm gonna live. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live today, 'cause today is all I have.
Yes. Today is what we have. Now, that means today you have the opportunity of recognizing a few days with me. It is National Hike with a Geek Day. What is that? Summer begins, longest day of the year. Let's find out more about what today means to people all over the world. Now, on the longest day of the year, summer begins in the northern hemisphere. It is also known as the summer solstice, which happens either on June 20th, 21st, or 22nd. It all depends on the time zone on which you live. With the summer solstice, the astronomical calendar marks the first day of summer as the Earth's axis is pointed toward the sun. Its rays more directly impact the northern hemisphere, giving us more daylight and more warmth. It's a time when plants grow rapidly and animals are more active. Yes, and humans, I know, we are more active. Many schools are out of session during the summer, which give families the opportunity to take vacations. Even those without children take time to explore the outdoors through camping, hiking, and biking. So, today actually marks the beginning of summer officially today on the 20th of June. Before we get into our conversation, let's hear what Susan Long says as we get our devotional going. You know, it's important that we have our devotions and, of course, a word from our sponsors as well.
Take it from me, Laska Food Drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Laska Food Drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco Food Drink. Good, healthy, fun!
Lasco Food Drink.
Good morning. This is day 20. Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 5. A Deep Dependence, written by Bill Crowder. 5 for Fighting is the stage name of a recording artist who soared to popularity after the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. He sings the song, Superman, It's Not Easy, a ballad that imagines what it must be like to be a superhero, yet he struggles with the inadequacy of his strength to cope with the world's complexities. People seemed to identify with the song's theme. Real life proves we are insufficient to battle the overwhelming burdens that confront us. Even those who want to be self-sufficient can't manage life in their own strength. As followers of Christ, we have a resource that even Superman could never claim. In our relationship with God, we find a sufficiency for life that can overwhelm our inadequacies and enable us to live victoriously. This was Paul's encouragement to our hearts when he wrote to the believers at Corinth. He said, "Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God." That makes all the difference in the world. Left to ourselves, we will be forced to live with the reality that we can never be adequate to grapple with life. But in God's strength, we find all we need to navigate the storms of life in the turbulent world. All that I need, He will always be. All that I need till His face I see. All that I need through eternity. Jesus is all I need. Our quote this morning reads, "We must experience our weakness to experience God's strength." End quote.
We need to experience God's greatness through our weakness. Sometimes we feel like we can do it all on our own. We get up and we are just rushing. We have this to do. We are on a schedule, a very, very tight schedule. Sometimes we need to slow it down a bit, start the day off in the right way with the right foundation, trust and just ask God to lead and direct, and that is a good way to start we know not what the next minute or the next second or what holds what is in the future for us. We just have to walk by faith. And so, Mikey G, Mikey G, today is
Yes.
the summer solstice. It is the official beginning of summer,
Today is the beginning of summer.
officially.
Wow. So I thought so today's what, the 20th of June?
Yes, it is. And let me tell you, why is the summer solstice the longest day of the year? The summer solstice is a natural astronomical event that happens when the Earth's axial tilt is at its maximum inclination toward the sun at around 23.44 degrees. Because of this position, the sun takes longer to travel through the sky, and for the people on Earth, it appears to be the highest point in the sky. Since the sun spends more time traveling across the heavens, this means that the day lasts longer. So today is the longest day, and in turn, the night is shorter.
Wow.
This is because the tilt of the Earth axis causes different parts of the planet to receive varying amounts of sunlight as it orbits around the sun. The exact timing of the solstices can vary slightly from year to year due to the Earth's elliptical orbit around the sun, but they generally occur around the same dates each year. So today is actually the summer solstice.
The long days, sometimes, years a long day for you.
Yes.
When you're in the hot sun working all day, right? and you're wondering when this day going to finish, right? You think this day, might be recorded as the longest day, but when somebody records a day as being long,
Yes.
is when it's a difficult one. Maybe it's one of the days when you have you have lost everything. And the day just won't start. There's more trouble today than you have ever seen before in your entire life, and the day won't stop. In fact, the day will go right into the night, and it's like the day just pick up a new momentum, So, yeah, long days are sometimes welcomed because, I remember the story about the war that was going on,
Yes.
and they asked God to let the sun stand still. I think it was Joshua who asked, I'm not sure.
Don't let the sun stand still.
For the battle to be won, and somehow that day just went longer than usual, and but you're in a situation where things are not going well, and boy, you would wish this day could just finish, and it won't. So yeah, long days.
You know what I find interesting, Mikey G, and you alluded to that just now when you mentioned the idea of persons using the sun as a gauge for time, and
we call it the sundial.
I believe there's a sundial that was at the then West Indies College. I don't know if it presently exists.
No, maybe because it's Northern Caribbean, they may have a digital clock there.
It was they had maintained it, and you can actually see the sundial.
Maybe it's an old time something that people think it's old and obsolete, so you don't want to get rid of it now. That
Back
kind of thing.
to a time when there were no clocks or calendars.
Yes.
People from many cultures relied on the movements of the sun and the stars to keep track of time and calculate the beginning and the ending of the seasons.
Yeah.
And that testifies of how great God is, so that you can calculate. Actually, when it's the midday sun, it is different. The shadow is cast differently.
Midday sun sets it sets the sundial. It on the pinnacle of it bears directly down.
Yes.
So what we used to do. I remember working at this place, and so there was what we'll do is watch the shadow
Yes.
of the building at the back. There's a particular shadow that you watch, and say when it reached this point, it's about this time of the day. It's about 1 o'clock. It's about 2 o'clock. It's about 3 o'clock. And you know when it's soon time to go home because 5 o'clock is the time you're waiting for. You know. And so what we did was we draw a line. We drew lines, right? Because you did have no clock in the place and nobody wear watches. This and we were working. It may not say you wear watches and it might be a detriment to yourself. It might hurt you.
Yes.
Because it might pick up something, right?
Right.
And so we draw some lines at the back, and so when you look, you say, "Oh, 3 o'clock." No, you know. So you actually use the clock to set the time, like a watch. Set the timing, and then you just know. You just draw a line, and when you say 5 o'clock, bam, it's 5 o'clock. So when it's midday, I did this already. I put a stick in the ground as a little boy, and when it was midday, what it actually did was it came to the top of it. You wouldn't see the shadow any side of it anywhere, and so that would say it's 12 o'clock in the day at that time. So I learned that. I don't know why I did that, but that was something.
Seasons.
Maybe it was cool.
It's so good, and when we are here in the Caribbean, person says it's always summer. But when I think about it, there are some things that are unique about summer. And one of those things, are the mangoes.
Mango time.
Yes, it's mango time. And I want you to stay connected with us as we are going to be sharing some Cayman mango time right here on Flashpoint. I have already started to enjoy the benefits of that mango season. It is so important. It's time, our time signal. It's time for us to remind our viewers what time it is.
Lasco One and Up now has ARA, DHA, and prebiotics. It's a new, smarter formula. The time by Lasco One and Up is?
It is 9 minutes past 7 right here in Georgetown, Grand Cayman. And if you're in Edmonton, it's 9 minutes past 6. The temperature as it stands for us right here now, it is a nice warm morning, and our temperature gauge is telling us 84 degrees Fahrenheit, feeling like 94. We expect to have thunderstorms in the morning, extending to tonight. So please bring your umbrellas with you if you are here in Cayman. And also there is an advisory for small crafts persons to exercise caution in open water, as we're expecting moderate to rough seas with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. There you have it.
Reminder
That's
to you.
A lot.
That ESG is present and accounted for.
Morning, Hazel G. And I believe I do have a riddle this morning. Speaking of the lady herself, Hazel G. Let's see.
Yeah, she's like.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hazel G. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored.
How is the vacation going? We're just talking about summer and what summer feels like.
I know. I sent you a message too.
You did? Let's see.
Yes, on Zoom.
Oh, let me check out the message. It's so good. It is so good to see you up so early in the morning. Is it nice and warm and sunny? What's the temperature?
Let me see if I can find the temperature. It's 12 minutes past 8 right here where I am in Covington.
Where she is? Where you at?
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia, a place called Covington.
Georgia.
Well, Georgia is on my mind. Yeah. No, that didn't go out well. That didn't go out well.
I tell you that we are not allowed to sing.
We are not allowed to sing. Indeed, we are not allowed to sing. We should only speak.
That's right. That's Michael and Hazel.
Gee, have mercy. That's talking time only. Only talking time. I mean, that is
right. We only talk.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm not seeing the temperature right now, but it's bright and sunny outside.
Oh, beautiful.
And you're dressing warm. So what's the temperature inside?
The temperature inside is cold.
I don't know what's wrong with these people. You know. Listen. I don't know how. I'm in the house, and the house is below zero. I'm like, guys, listen, turn this thing up. I am sorry, man. But anyways, it's nice to be cool. Not too hot, not too. I don't know if it's lukewarm is the word, but I don't want to use that word too. Yeah.
Yes, I want to thank you for joining us though on the breakfast hour. And I was just going down memory lane because today is considered the official beginning of summer, the summer solstice. And what is your favorite thing, or what do you recall that makes summer special? Because I know in the Caribbean it's always warm. So what is special about summer for you?
Well, when I was going to school, it was school out. And when I became an adult, it was vacation time.
School what?
School out. Yeah. School out.
When school is out, it's summertime. Yeah.
That's right. That's correct.
Yes.
The longest vacation time.
Until I started telling students that even June, July, almost August, they're still going to school. Still, that is just wicked, I'm just, that's wicked. I was going to call a spade a spade. That's a wicked thing to do to the kids, right?
It's called summer school.
And wait for it. Working in the system, and you decide you want to be, it's time, school is out, and you are one of the teachers there, and so it's time for you to get to vacation. You know what those persons did? I don't want to call them any names. A word like culprit comes up. I don't know if that, I don't know, right? But I'm not calling any names, right? They plan events for the teachers to do workshops, and if you want to go on like a vacation with your family, and they have summer workshops and all these things planned. Not putting in fact that this is the reason you take the job because you get these long holidays, right? You know what? If you weren't going to get the long holidays, you take another job.
But
that's what I thought. That when you become a teacher, when the holidays come, you're off. You can go sailing for a month or so. But that was in my days, but it's changed drastically.
Yes, things have changed so drastically. But we have to make up for time. We can't afford for a minute or a second to be wasted. But Hazel G, one of the things I find special about summertime are the mangoes.
I heard you.
And I got a message. I got a voice note from a friend this morning. And you know what she said, Hazel G? She says, come and pick up some mangoes. I have some mangoes for you.
Well, enjoy the mangoes for you and me.
And I know when you were here, you brought me mangoes on a special occasion. So that is how.
Yeah, that mean when I get back, there should be mangoes and mangoes. I don't need to bring you one mango. You should be getting mangoes, not mango.
I will not say no. I will not refuse any at all. I will accept everything graciously.
All right.
Now that you're on air, though, can you share with us the riddle can you just go ahead and share the riddle for this morning?
Okay, you're gonna play the rigor thing for me?
Yes, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the rhythm of this and rhythm of that so that you can
get it right the first
get
time.
It right.
I try to answer the riddle sometime, but I'm not getting it at all. You know, I don't think the riddle.
All right, I think you will get this one this morning. All right, so this one is especially for you. Now, if you don't answer it, now we. All right. No, I think you have to do the rhythm because I'm not getting the rhythm good here.
Rhythm of this, rhythm of that. Guess what this riddle and perhaps not. Rhythm of this, rhythm of that. Guess what this riddle and perhaps not.
All right. I have 13 hearts, but I don't bleed no matter how many times I'm cut. What am I?
Ay. You got to repeat that one. I need to. Yeah.
All right, let me go. I have 13 hearts, but I don't bleed. No matter how many times I'm cut. What am I, Mikey?
You're a heartless. You're a heart.
13 hearts.
You're. Let me tell you what you are. You are somebody without any blood in your heart.
There's a bloodless heart.
You're a bloodless heart. Well, I know. Hearted. You're a bloodless hearted person. You know how much bloodless hearted persons are there? People that they're smiling with you, but they're just heartless. No, but then this is not heartless though. They have plenty of heart, but there's no blood in the heart. Yeah, I understand that vampires don't have any heart. They don't have any blood. I don't know.
I believe you watch.
It's not vampires with 13 hearts.
You watch too much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we gotta come back for the riddle. Don't answer that one too quick. I don't think it's my riddle this morning. I think it's somebody.
I need to tell Hazel that the last time we had a riddle. The last time we had a riddle, of course.
All right.
Yes. The last time we had a riddle, of course. Arthur. Arthur was the winner.
He's good on the riddles.
He's good on the riddles. Yes, he is excellent on the riddles. Yes. And so we have a gift for him that we will be sharing soon. He's supposed to pick up his ticket to the Fish Fest.
Fish fry.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So.
From me, Laska food drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Laska food drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco food drink. Good, healthy, fun.
Lasco food drink.
Yes, yes, yes. And I see an answer in the chat, Hazel G, and you're going to have to tell us if that person is correct. The answer given is clothes. Clothes.
Okay, well, tell the person they're getting warm, but them still need to get warmer.
All right, all right.
About all the clothes that you can put on. Right?
That's correct.
About all the clothes, right? Up to her neck, right?
Yeah, you know, yeah. So, listener, try again. You're getting warm, but you are.
You are. Oh,
yes,
warm. You are.
Yes.
Oh, warm. You are.
I have
oh,
13 hearts, but I don't bleed no matter how many times I cut.
My gosh, 13 hearts without blood.
I?
Hey, that's a very. Hey, listen, that's dangerous, you know. You know, there's a lot of heartless persons around, but then having hearts and have no blood at all, that's dangerous. I'm thinking that's something to think about.
That's something to think about, right?
Heartlessness.
Yeah, so you can. I'll be checking the chat. So if you want to send a message, over 345-321-6969. Guys, Dr. Guest comes up to us at 7:30.
Yeah. So the riddle is gone. That's it for the riddle for today. Somebody's going to come up and win the riddle.
Yes.
Alright, so let's keep going until
yes. I'm monitoring to see who will be the winner of that.
And I think that Hazel had said in the chat that today is the day when Moses held up his hand for the children of Israel to win that battle, and it was at that point, you know, that they succeeded because they needed a little bit more time. It's so important when we say we need more time for something, you know.
Yes.
And somebody say we need more time for. You know, and here I'm doing an exam. I don't have a clue how to do this thing, and you're asking me what I need more time for. Maybe because they look at me and see that I'm clueless, and they know that I'm not going to do any better than just looking at it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you know, I should share with you what else is celebrated today. I know, World Productivity Day. Nip procrastinate in the bud and focus on how you can maximize your productivity. Decrease wasted time and make more time in your life for things you love. Yes, and today is actually also part of National Crime Prevention Month that is aimed at reducing crime and promoting safety in our communities. That should be every single
citizens
day of the year.
So they're only doing it today alone?
Can you imagine a world without crime? One that is crime free?
You know how many people would be unhappy about that?
Let's look about the people who would be happy. What about the people that will be happy?
All right. Let's look at the people who will be happy.
And those that are celebrating birthday today. Remember that too.
Yes, I have a special song request. I'm going to share that over, you know, so that, you know, Mikey G will know what to do. I'm telling you.
All right. So the persons who are happy for crime to be gone from the world, who are those persons?
My hand is up.
Hazel G, that hand is not up. She's not happy at all.
Hazel G.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
I said your hand is not up at all. I don't see your hand up at all. So I'm thinking, we're saying that the persons who are happy that crime is not around anymore.
Okay.
I didn't see your hand go up, so I see Ellie's hand went up, and I didn't see yours. So I'm thinking that there are a set of people who are happy when crime is not around, and there's a set that don't.
All right, I put my hand up now.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah. There are people who don't. So who are the people? So apart from you, Lady Elise and Hazel G, who you think would have would not want crime? Who else?
The criminals who are in prison.
Really? All right. All right. Let me ask this then. Let's ask question this way. Who are some of the persons you think would want crime to be a part of the society and never stop?
The persons who get
the lawyers, the persons who make money on the crime. The lawyers.
The who?
L-A-W, how do you spell?
The leaders of crime. I don't know. That's what you're saying. They want crime to happen. They're the ones that are the beneficiary of it.
They make money. They make money on it.
So you're saying the beneficiaries of crime and those who do not want crime to stop.
That's correct. That's what I said.
All right. Who else you think? Who else? Anybody else? Anybody else you think?
No.
Nobody else? Just the lawyers?
Just the lawyers. Well, no. So all the persons in the system, because that's their job.
Everybody who are operating in law enforcement, whether you're a security guard,
prison officer,
a judge,
right.
The government, the actual people who are making the laws, the government, in terms of the people who run the country to keep laws and order in place. Is that
they would have different. They would have that different thing. They would have a better thing to concentrate on. So maybe they would be happy still.
Yeah, no, but this is where where the concentration is on, to ensure that the society run properly. And if they don't ensure that the laws are correct, then people break the law and they would make everything go crazy. So crime benefits every single person.
Mikey always come up with some ridiculous thing. Eh?
but did it sound? How ridiculous did it sound now?
It sounds ridiculous, man.
It does, don't it? But when you think about it long enough, what it sounds like to you?
Oh, I see somebody have the right answer now.
Oh, yes. The right answer.
Have the answer for the riddle.
Yes. I have 13 hearts, but I don't bleed no matter how many times I'm cut. Congratulations, Lady Brencock, Lady Charm. You have won a deck of cards. Yes.
Hooray.
Yes.
What's the answer?
A deck of cards.
She won the deck of cards.
Yes. Yes. A deck of cards.
13 hearts.
Yes. I don't bleed when I'm cut. Yeah, when you cut the cards, it's time though. It's 7:31. It's time for Dr. Guest, and I'm guessing he's ready to be on here. Yeah.
Oh boy. 13 hearts and no.
Doesn't matter how much you got, you can't bleed, Mikey.
Lasco One and Up now has ARA, DHA, and prebiotics. It's a new, smarter formula. The time by Lasco One and Up is
It is a 7:31 right here in Georgetown, Cayman Islands. Now, if you have been paying attention to what has been taking place right here on Flashpoint, if you're taking note, you would know that we have made a deliberate effort to have our listeners and our viewers in a healthier place. And Dr. Guest has also always been gracious in sharing all the information that we require for a healthier, happier lives. Now, Dr. Guest is a naturopathic physician, and he also has studied the area of nutrition, clinical nutrition. Let your food be your medicine. And today he is going to be joining us, and he's going to be talking more health stuff. Again, I encourage you, those of you who are already online via Zoom, you can go ahead and send your messages. Those of you who are on YouTube, I will be paying close attention to the chat. So if you have any questions that you would want to ask Dr. Guest, you are free to do so. So I say good morning, Dr. Guest.
Greetings and good morning to those watching and on YouTube, and those listening to Flashpoint Media and the wonderful staff.
Greetings, Dr. Guest. Today. Yes.
Greetings and good morning to you in radio land and television land and otherwise.
Okay, awesome. How are you doing this morning, Dr. Guest?
I am blessed and always highly favored.
Now today
my blessings is more than my trials and problems in life. So I learned one thing. Never tell your problem how big it is. Tell the problem how big God is.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we are certain that we will have problem.
Yeah, but the world, man that is born of woman is full of trouble.
Yes.
Have a few days to live.
Right.
So diamond is never made from soft material. Yes?
Yes.
So they look at good, we call it again now. Clear skies never make a good pilot. Calm seas doesn't make a good captain, and smooth road don't make a good driver.
Aye. The truth.
but we can still do all things through Christ who gave us the strength.
Yes. We are thankful for God's strength. And on that note, Dr. Guest, I want you to begin the way we normally begin, and that is with prayer.
Okay. But this morning I'm going to turn the tables and ask the wonderful Lady Elise to ask the Creator to grace us, not just with the Holy Spirit which is among us, but to bring back everything to my memory. And those who are listening and watching, listen for time and for eternity. So ask him to overrule and to bring back things to the frontal lobe of my brain so that he will get the glory and the praise. Go ahead, please.
Let us pray. Kind Father in heaven, we're thankful for your grace and mercy and your provision for us. We come this morning seeking your wisdom. We are thankful for what you have done in the life of Dr. Guest. As he presents this morning, I ask that you bring back to his memory what he needs to share with the listeners and viewers, Lord. May your name be praised and someone be blessed. We pray for Christ's sake. Amen.
Amen. So, this morning, this beautiful, sunny, bright, glorious morning is a wonderful opportunity to count our blessings.
Yes.
And I'm sitting at a beautiful place looking at the Spanish eagles, and I'm looking at the butterflies having fun, and some little honeybee.
Yes.
having fun, but they're also reaping where they do not sow. But God provides for everything.
Right.
And when we learn to live, when we learn to live selflessly instead of selfishly, to always put God first, other second, and self last, then we can have a better life. Mm-hmm. Because the greatest wealth is our health. Our health is our responsibility. We need to make intelligent decisions because choices come with consequences, what we sow we reap. So back to the honeybee. That little honeybee, she goes around, and anywhere she finds nectar, she take it back to her sisters in the hive and say, you know, food is over here. Even if it's 5 or 10 miles away, she go back to the apiary or the hive to her sisters. And then she does a special dance. And if you just capture or hold that little honeybee that came back to the hive, to our sisters, you can use a tracking device. Now that we have artificial intelligence and drones, and just track the sisters, and they go back to the identical place that she just came from, even if it's 5 or 10 miles away. Mm-hmm. And God always uses a simple thing to confound the wise.
Right.
So the honeybee, wonderful. And it's just beautiful. Now, the Spanish needle, why am I emphasizing Spanish needle? Because those who are having period pain are bleeding excessively, non-stop. If you're in a country or island where you can get Spanish needle, beautiful Spanish needle, and you blend the Spanish needle with green coconut water. In Jamaica, we say coconut water. But if you have good green coconut and you cut the coconut open, or your alkaline water, and you use it to blend the Spanish needle and just strain it and drink, the excess bleeding, you do that 4 times every 3 hours. You do that for 1 day. And with the help of the Lord, who will make the impossible possible, the bleeding will stop. Because once you're bleeding excessively, you become anemic, which means you have blood but is weak and you don't have any strength. The Spanish needle. Truth be told, the young one, you can strip it down and you cook it just like callaloo. In Barbados and in Trinidad and Tobago and St. Vincent and the Grenadine, they call it Baji, but we call it callaloo. So not only will it stop the bleeding, but it also prevents you from being poor of blood or anemic. So with the period problem now, when a woman about to have her cycle, menstrual cycle, otherwise called period, menstruation, many times 6 or 8 days before, she starts to find the symptoms. The nipples become tender.
Yes.
Cramps in the abdominal walls. Mm-hmm. And interesting. Mm-hmm. And she become a little baby even though she's an adult. Yes?
Yes. So
what is happening? That you have an old-time freezer then, or a big piece of ice, or a mountain like it's cascade coming down. And all of a sudden now, the wall break down where the clots were, and then it want to come out. But there's a lot of clots. And the clots are trying to come through the small fallopian tubes, and it's very painful. Now, most women, they would attack a man as big as a house, and yet they run from a little mouse. Let me say it again. Most women attack a man as big as a house. Push come to shove, they're afraid of a little mouse. That's just being mischievous, but it's true. So what you do, or what should be done for the period pain? 6 days before the period begin, that's 6 days, one should get some strong thyme, THYME, some strong thyme, good amount, and get 2 gallons of water. Once again, strong thyme, maybe a half a pound of thyme, that's a lot of thyme.
Yes.
And it is boiled as strong as possible for about 10 minutes. When it's finished, when the 10 minutes is up, let the burner off. If it's a wood fire or coal stove, you take off the pot with the thyme tea in it now. and about quarter pound of ginger. It's grated or blended, or you can beat it and you add it to the thyme tea and you leave it overnight. You start that 7 days before your period begins. Once again, not 6 days, 7 days before the period begins. Now, the first morning now, which is the 6th morning, you're counting backwards. You keep it in the refrigerator if there is one.
Yes.
If you don't have a fridge, put that formula in some glass bottles and tie some strings on it, some cord in it, and then put it in a drum of water, or if you have a river or a spring nearby, or a water tank, you just put the glass bottle with it into it, and it works. It stays as good and will last as long, almost as good as a refrigerator, with this trifle lack of knowledge. All right. And then now you take out 8 ounces before. Take it out about half an hour before you're ready to drink it. And then you use a little cayenne powder, known as capsicum or capsicum, same thing called bird pepper. And you add this to this 8 ounces twice per day. And you do that right up until day 1. Remember, you're counting backwards.
Yes.
And then when your period comes, you don't feel no pain at all. Wow. Secondly, or during this cycle, you don't have no pain, but you're having the period, but you don't feel no pain because it's breaking up the clots, getting rid of the air, and the abdominal cramps. But there's another thing that women need to do when they're having the period pain. 1, lie on your back. That's lie on your back, and you make yourself comfortable. And you get two dumbbells. And if you don't have any dumbbells because of financial restraint or constraint, then you get 2 rock stone. Everybody know rock stone. And you lie on your back, make yourself comfortable, and you push up and down and across. What you're doing? You're building the diaphragm, you're strengthening the muscles in the abdominal wall, in that part of the lower abdomen. And with man, it is impossible. With God, all things are possible. And then, as long as you do this, the 6th day before your period comes, when your period comes, day 1, finally, by the grace of God, you shouldn't have no more discomfort, and you should be smiling and singing all things bright and beautiful. And then you go to Psalm 103, 1-5, and you bless the Lord and forget not all these benefits. So you don't need to take no Aleve or Cudafin or any painkillers. Those are synthetic. God used a simple thing to confound the wise. So the thyme, the ginger, and the cayenne powder, as strong as you can tolerate the cayenne powder, up to 2,000 HU or unit, you shouldn't be taking no medication for the period. God have already provided that for you.
Indeed. What is
Are we still there?
Yes. What a mouthful. That is something that women face so much difficulty on a monthly basis. That's right. It affects the quality of life, and then when you are having the heavy bleeding and heavy periods, and you become weak because your blood count is low, then you don't even have the energy to get up in the morning and do the regular activities of life. What other sources? Right. I've heard that the best source for iron is like liver and meat product. What other
animal product?
Yes. What other products naturally can we use to help with building the blood count?
The anemic problem?
Yes.
Well, the liver is the largest organ, but is internal. The largest organ of the human body is the skin. Internally is the liver.
Yes.
Now the liver eliminates all the poison, the excitotoxins or poison waste that the body don't need. Yes?
Yes.
And when one consumes this, because of what the animal consumed, yeah?
Right.
The animal eat the natural animal in the grass that is in the wild, for example, they eat the herbs or the plants, which is also a herb.
Mm-hmm.
And mankind, we're so foolish. We turn around and eat the animal. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
And we become cannibals. This is what happened.
Yes.
Before I answer that question up front, watch this. God permit man to eat animal flesh after the flood because there was no vegetation. Now we have a lot more vegetation now than during the time of the flood.
Yes.
And those who are hoping to eat from the tree of life, futuristic, practice make perfect. We need to stop now. Because it makes your body acidic instead of alkaline. And the cure for all disease, all of them, is in all of us. It is called your immune system. So once your immune system is weak or compromised, then one becomes vulnerable or susceptible to get sick. Now, as I was saying about the Spanish needle, it have a lot of iron in it, plus vitamin plus vitamin K, and that will stop bleeding. And of course, we have one called spinach. Spinach is one of the richest source of iron, spinach. Then we have blueberry. Yes, say yes. Spinach, blueberry, and best of all, we have the good spirulina. Spirulina. Awesome.
Yes.
And I remember back to the Spanish needle, this woman was having fibroids a lot. That's 11 years ago, fibroids. And she was bleeding, went to the doctor, got injection, and it wouldn't stop. And then somebody called her from Pakistan and said, you know, we have a little man in Jamaica called Dr. Herbert, that's the guest. If you're disciplined and principle, he will help you. But if you're not willing to change what he's telling you to change, he's going to tell you, don't waste the money, because you're wasting his time, and his time belongs to the Lord. So she called me. And it was 1 July.
Yes.
And she said to me, yes, I'm willing to make the change. Now, watch this. All she had in her hand was $100 Jamaican. 100. That couldn't do anything. And when I went, and I just went in an area and just pull up some Spanish Negro with the root and everybody. Cut off the root, put them in a bag, and took them to her. And I lent her $1,000 Jamaican. I said, let's go to the supermarket. And her brother is a lab technician and forensic scientist. And we went to the supermarket, got a lovely box of silk almond milk. I don't like that. I don't like milk, Dr. Guess. Me say it's not what you like, it's what you're going to be drinking. Because when I check, she's weak, could just barely scramble, and she was in excruciating pain. Yeah, and it was so bad. She had a beautiful word called Cooley's anemia. That's the worst anemia you can think about. And then it's one of those high-color people almost white that make a bad situation worse. So when I do that minute by holding one of her fingernails, I realized that it took too long to come back. And I asked her brother, I said, test. When you do the test, she have Cooley's anemia. She could die anytime. And so I gave her the Spanish needle and asked her brother to get four young coconut for me. Cut them open, and I take her home right away after she drank the milk in my presence. 1 whole quart of it, went home. And of course, I gave her some ginger to assist with assimilation and digestion, and papaya. After that, provided that for her, and she went home. To God be the praise. They called me 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock. I said, Dr. Guess, Mr. This is that. What happened? Just want to tell you thanks. I said, what, you know what time it is? 2 o'clock, Dr. Guess, in the morning. I said, so why you couldn't wait until daylight? And after she spent 1.2 million over a year for this excess bleeding, yeah, because she had a touch of not just fibers growing, but she had also endometriosis. All right, and to God be the glory. It was the same Spanish needle and the coconut water that I recommend. I forgot to tell her that she should strain it. She drank everything with the roughage and fiber same way. And to God be the glory and the praise. She did everything that I asked her to have done, and Jesus overruled as a great physician. And that was it. And she didn't have to do surgery for any of the above. 7 months, no endometriosis or fibroids. He still used what? The simple thing to confound the wise. And as for fibroids, she started her period at 12, and she was now 30 and 5 years. So once a woman starts her period before she's 16 or above, then the body is got swimming in too much estrogen or estrogen. Here comes breast cancer, and too much progesterone, and you get fibroids. So you throw in gasoline and fire.
Whoa.
Somebody need to put it out. Yes?
Yes.
Change your diet, because he said, I am God and I don't change.
Yes.
God will never lower his standard for you and I. We are the one that need to go back to his level, because he came down to our level when we couldn't go up to it. So Jesus went to the guttermost, so he can lift us to the uttermost, but he will not save us against our will.
And of course, we can definitely have a better standard of life. Thank you. You know, I have seen the Spanish needle, and I've never thought that I could have used it for medicinal purposes. I'm not sure if Hazel G is still on. Is Hazel G still on? I'm not sure.
Yes, I'm here.
Hazel G, did you know about the Spanish needle?
I ate it as a child and cook it as callaloo, like callaloo.
Ah.
But I did medicinal effect of
Say that
Spanish
again.
needle.
She said she had it as a child. She used to have Spanish needle, cut it up like callaloo.
That's right. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, you just strip it down and it eat just like callaloo.
Well, that is.
But it's rich. It is rich in iron.
That is something new for me. I'm gonna have to try some Spanish needle.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't have Spanish needle in Cayman or other part of the world, those who are privileged to visit Jamaica land we love, there's a simple thing one can do. Just get the herb, get the leaves, dry it in the sun for 2 days uncovered. Dry it in the sun for 2 days uncovered. And then the third day now, you cover it over with a black mesh or a thin sheet. Yeah?
Right.
And therefore now, it is so dry and crispy. You just wash your hands carefully, or you put on a new gloves. And you just put your hand and rub them out, just rub it out to powder.
Yes.
When you have done that, you put it in a blender now, known as asterizer, the same thing we call blender, and you blend the leaves that is left, that is not broken up sufficiently. And you just blend it out, sieve it, and this is something you can take with you all parts of the world without getting into trouble. Yes? And every now and then, you put it in your smoothie, and it minimizes your risk of getting into trouble by being anemic or poor blood. And the old-time songwriter wrote, anywhere with Jesus, I can safely go.
Whoa.
So you can take it with you anywhere you go, yeah? And as long as you put Jesus first, other second and self last, live selflessly instead of selfishly, and do unto others as we would that they too should do, we can make this world a better place.
Whoa, I never thought about that. That is ingenious. You can dry it, you can dry it, and then you'll have a nice powder, and you can add it to your smoothie.
That's right.
Very, very interesting, Dr. Guest. You know, I gonna have to write. You know, I keep going back because you have shared so much information, and I have to go back and find it. Other day, somebody asked me, how do you wash your vegetables again? I was telling them about the lemon and the salt and stuff. And I said, but I have to go back to tell you the right quantity of what to do when you have shared.
To get the chemicals.
Yes.
To get the chemicals off the fruits and vegetables.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So you need to revisit that source of information that I shared in the first time with this beautiful program and you wonderful people.
Of course. Now, I have a question. I am a diabetic trying to get off insulin because I hate needles. Plus, it's blowing me up. I don't want that fat. What can I do to gain some weight? One, I don't do dairy nor much meat. My diet is mostly legumes with vegetables.
Okay, repeat for me the last line. Could you be so kind to repeat?
All right,
the persons are diabetic.
Right, and
they're taking insulin.
Right, and she hates needles, but she wants to gain some weight, and she doesn't do dairy nor much meat. Her diet is mostly legumes and vegetables.
Well, there's a okay, when one says meat, let's use the God's way.
Yes.
Genesis 1:29 and 30.
Mm-hmm.
So we mix up meat and flesh. They're not related.
Yes.
So meat is herbs and grains and nuts and fruit and vegetables.
Right.
But flesh food
yes,
is anything that have a mother, father, blood, bone, face, and its own. Those are flesh.
Okay.
Because let's go back to creation. Animal flesh weaken your body.
Yes.
Plant strengthen your body. Example.
Yes.
When you look at the elephant, the biggest animal on planet Earth, land animal, that animal is the strongest animal. All the elephant is with herbs and grains and nuts, fruits and vegetables, and they eat a lot of ginkgo biloba, and they have the best memory in the world. Interesting. The hippopotamus, the giraffe, all of these land animals, yeah? These animals, all they eat is just herbs. Hippopotamus, herbs. And they're stronger than mankind. Come now? Now, the person is a diabetic. That's trouble. So once you reach a certain age, the body will not retain the weight like when you were younger. So what such a person needs to do is start doing a lot more exercise, which I'm going to touch on right now. Because it doesn't matter if you eat properly. One have to exercise. Yes? Because if you don't exercise, the body become weak. Look at life this way. Every time one exercise, which is number one, yeah? That's one of the 8 laws of health, exercise. Then the brain says, hold on, what's happening? And the brain send message to the rest of the body and lay down a new set of bones. Because bones are like muscles. The more pressure you put on it, is the stronger it become. It's true. And use a simple thing to confound the wise. Now, what that person should do is not just watch what they're eating. Watch, can you eat with the eyes? But remember, change your diet. Yeah? And as for insulin, you have humulin that comes from the pancreas of the man, of the human being, beg your pardon, and they wait until almost the point of death, get permission from the relative to take the humulin from the person on the dying bed to get humulin. That is 12.5%. 12.5% come from beef. But 75% come from the pancreas of the pig. Come from what? The pancreas of the pig. Embarrassing, but it's true. And as for the pig, over 70% of things that is used worldwide for human health, yeah, it comes from the pig, the same thing that we shouldn't be touching, whether alive or dead, because it's a business world. So that person needs to do 2 things. Increase their intake of raw string bean, yeah? And so what they need to do, draw nigh to God and he draw nigh to them like we draw nigh to others. And trust God first, which is Jesus is also God. Discipline, self-control, and willpower. And you boil some mango leaf and gungo leaf. Boil that, and this is invaluable information. And if they need additional link with Flashpoint, and then we take it from there. But for now, boil both mango leaf and the gungo leaf. And after you boil it now, you strain it and you blend, say, 1/2 pound of green string bean. Some people call it green bean. That's a long one. And you blend and strain. And you do that twice per day for 5 days. And by the end of the 5 days, you should be in a position that you can say, oh, enough is enough, and leave out the needles. And I remember a good friend of mine, right in Cayman, and this woman, husband and wife, and son and grandson, all of them were taking the needles. And the only part of the body I didn't see the needle mark was the hand middle and the head and the foot bottom. 97% of the body is needle every day. And the Lord used me with 4 other things, plus what I just said. And to God be the glory, within 2 weeks, they came off all medication, and they are now members of the royal family, which happened to be the Seventh Adventist Church.
Wow. That's some important tips there, Dr. Guest. Sometimes yes. we are so overwhelmed when it comes on to our health. You know, there are so many, sometimes we have tried everything possible, and we are ready to say, you know, I've done it all, I've done everything. But one thing you always say, you know, is to trust God. You cannot start the process of change and just having no faith in what you're going to do and not believing that God can change and turn things around. So the foundation, as you mentioned, is important as well. Now, you also mentioned the importance of hydration.
That's correct. But before we touch hydration, which excellent with water, I saw 4 women earlier this week and 17 this month alone that were getting miserable that all the dogs run from the house. Nobody wanted to stay in the house. They were that miserable. With night sweat, hot flashes, and mood swing. And then 2 of them, the wives or husband of Seventh Adventist pastors and other denomination. And the pastor was saying to me in confidence, so Dr. Guess, I want to sing Draw Me Near, and say, no, don't even think of it. Yeah? What did I do wrong? I say, I haven't done anything wrong. She's having a mood swing. So it's not that she don't love the same way, but you need to understand what she's going through. Yes? When everything is all right, then she'll draw a night to you like we were drawing a night to God, and everybody was laughing at the house. And there's a minister religion. So I asked my wife to come over, and they all came because it was, we met at this pastor's home, and I was privileged to guide them what to do, what not to do, what I'm about to share with the menopause and hot flash and mood swing. And all of them, including the pastor's wife, all of them start the period when they were 12, maximum 13. So once the woman start the period before they are 16 or above, they have over 15 years of hot flashes and mood swing and night sweat. The diet and the cooking and the utensils have to change. Yes?
Wow.
Good. So for the hot flashes and mood swing and night sweat, they need a lot of mango juice. Mango. If the persons are diabetic, moderation. Yes? And then they need a lot of organic soy milk. That's organic soy milk. Yes? And they use the mango juice to blend in or blend with the raw or live soy milk. The person also need to use evening primrose oil, and this is invaluable information on behalf of the Lord. So they blend both, use evening primrose oil, it comes with the instruction, and finally they need black cohosh, not the blue one, black cohosh. Yes, and they need to keep hydrated, which I'm coming to shortly. And once they start doing that and do this twice per day, yeah, there's two additional information that they need for this problem, but they need to get in touch with Flashpoint. But this will keep them until they link Flashpoint to get the additional information. And once they start doing this officially by the grace of God, and of course exercise and keep hydrated, then they should be smiling and start singing, "Praise my soul, the King of heaven." Yes? And the dogs that used to run away and get miserable and run, and they come and start loving them again. And say, "Whoa, what happened?" They said, "Jesus did all things well." Yeah?
Yes.
That is awesome.
God is awesome. God is awesome indeed. Yes. You know, you touch on so many female issues, you know, and it's so interesting because it was yesterday I got a call, and it was actually a young lady, and she's having issues with her menstrual cycle and the amount of pain that she is having. And I didn't know you were going to touch on this subject today, so I hope you are listening. And if she's not, I will definitely share this information with her, because she asked a question yesterday: what about my period? It is so distressing. And this is a teenager. And she's like, you know, I when that time of month comes, I am so terrified. So I hope
That's
that she would have been listening and be able to learn some crucial tips.
And
yes.
Right. And before I touch the hydration, second to last.
Yes.
I remember years ago I was in Toronto. Went up from the Thursday, and the Sabbath I catered for over 170 people the Friday. And we had some politicians, lawyers, doctors, people from about 17 different countries heard that I was going to be in that area for a week. And they came over with all type of medical problem. And of course, yours truly was a head cook and bottle washers. Better cooks, less hospital.
Yes.
And it was really gungo rice and peas, man, and ackee and all the raw vegetables like what I did for Flashpoint some time ago, man. And everybody was in this thing. And they didn't have enough space. So the place was carpeted, so everybody, including yours truly. We sat on the carpet, man. And we had a holy fun time on the Sabbath. Isn't God awesome?
He is.
And our host and the hostess, she's a doctor and the husband is a minister of religion from the Seventh Adventist Church. Watch this. And the daughter, as I looked, I realized the daughter was going to take a leave. I said, excuse me, what's happening? And the mother said, Dr. Guess, it's our time of the month. I said, hold on, put that one side. You're joking. I said, put it one side. Remember, they are doctors, you know. And I said, put it one side. Why? I said, put it back. Yeah. And of course, they are the cake land. And some of this, they're going to use hot water buckle on her abdomen, which doesn't make any sense. It does bring a temporary relief. And I said, simple, because I'd carried up about 4 pounds of the Jamaican Thai to Canada, the dry one, of course. And I said, just go there and look, pick up some of it, pour the boiling water over it. You have ginger? Oh, yes, doctor, we have ginger, Dr. Guess. And to God be the glory. So they pour the ginger over it. Mr. Let it stay 20 minutes. And they start counting, they're watching the clock, 20 minutes. Oh, and then one, what's his name again, no? Doubting Thomas was sitting there, man, and said, after see this work, Mr. You're not a woman, you're going to see, though. And he did. And it's because his wife was sitting beside him, and a young daughter at 15 with the period for the 15th time. Start her period at 12. That's not normal. Anyhow, watch this now. God used a simple thing to confound the wise. And as she drank it, half an hour after, she could walk around and laugh and no pain. So when she came to the auditorium the evening now, she said, Dr. Guess, I would like to give a testimony. And I consulted the prayer team, Sister Ferguson, and I said, Dr. Guess, the Lord said, go ahead, it's for my glory. And when she spoke about the thyme and the ginger, she didn't get the cayenne powder yet. To God be the glory. And over 1,500 women in that 1 week before the Monday morning, over 1,500 women from 70 countries was calling the chief of sin and least of all men, which happened to be Herbert Lester Guest. And that's what they be using. And they don't have anything else for period pain. That's what they use. Yeah? Because drugs have side effects. This have no side effect. Yes? Because Jesus is still the greatest physician. And he will always be the greatest physician. To him be the glory. Now, look at hydration. Our body uses and replaces 2 billion cells every day. Let me say it again. Our body uses and replaces 2 billion cells every 24 hours. We have enough cells in each of these bodies that we are blessed and privileged to be above the ground with. Yes? That if you put each one of the cells in a single file, meaning one behind the other, we have enough cells in each body to go around the world 2.5 times and leave extra. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, you drink water, people wash the body, you get a good shower or a good soak, and they take better care of the car than the body. You don't wait until the car, when you go and check the radiator, you realize that it needs water. You don't just drive out and don't put water, you top it up. So one need to keep hydrated, otherwise you're going to be dehydrated. So if you don't drink enough water, you actually poison your body. How is that, you may ask? The kidneys cannot get to flush out the unnecessary waste. And then it becomes poison. When you urinate, it burns like fire and it brown and smells disgusting like a he-goat that they call ram goat in the Western world. And then that can affect the nephrons of the kidneys. So when you keep on drinking periodic, you don't have to drink a lot one time, even 4 mouthfuls. Yes, right during the day, especially when the time is up. It is better to be safe than sorry. Because the greatest transportation in life is if, but it's never early yet, it's always late. So your health is your responsibility. You have a responsibility to take care of this property because we are stewards, meaning you don't own anything. You are taking care of the property of God for his glory. So you keep drinking. And for God's sake, don't drink ice cold water. You may have. Doctor, guess why not ice cold water? Simple. I said to a certain pastor, Sabbath, if the radiator run dry, lock it off, pastor, and make somebody some room temperature water, pour it in the radiator, and you don't have any head gasket. Him said, that's true. And if it's ice cold, you don't have any engine. Really? Me say yes, but it have spare parts. We don't have any. And there's a way that seem it right onto all of us. Then this that stop using them out and dig a grave. So if you drink something ice cold, your body have to warm it up to save your life. And if it's too hot, it have to cool it down. Grace and mercy. Yeah. So keep drinking your room temperature water. And those who are privileged to have this thing called cell food, this is priceless or invaluable. Cell food. And the cell food restore, re-nourishing, replenish, rejuvenate all the cells in our body. Yes? Ear, skin, nail, everybody. And recovery time. It's just wonderful. Heart, everybody. Yes?
Yes.
Cell food. You can go online and look at it. It's a beautiful thing. And when you start doing this and drink a lot more water, and don't wait until you're thirsty, you know. And in the night, as Bob Miller said, get up, stand up for your right. In the night, keep water beside you. And every now and then, you get up and drink, especially those women who are going through change of life. It is better to be safe than sorry. Remember, your health is your responsibility. Make the right choice. So once you do that, and exercise, early in the morning, exercise, like when Jesus was on earth in the flesh. Early in the morning before the sun, he go up in the morning to communicate with his Father. And guess what? You get the beautiful, cool morning air. Get up, man. Yeah? And not only get up, but stand up for right. Because if you're not willing to die for what you believe in, you'll fall for anything.
All right, there you have it, Dr. Guest. I'm feeling blessed this morning. The only thing I need to do is to implement these key instructions. The healing is right around us. You should hydrate. And I have my water. I have been sipping
That's right.
from morning, room temperature water.
Beautiful.
And when you take care of your health, it is your best wealth. And you said
it's the only wealth.
It is the only wealth. So I want to thank you again, right, Dr. Guest, for joining us this morning. I don't know what you're going to talk about the next time, but there is almost always something new that you bring to us, something good for us to learn. And you know,
to God be the glory.
Dr. Guest, repetition deepens impression. You would rather be making the right decision. So long we have been eating the wrong things, doing the wrong things, and as you said, lack of knowledge. And so to change, we have to train our minds and repeat, as Dr. Lavigne would say. And so let us...
sorry, Sister Liz, Lady Liz, the important thing about I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You see, the only limitation in life is what you place on yourself.
Right.
On the limitation. Because if you can do all things through Christ. You know, it's funny. We get into a plane and we have never seen the pilot. But you trust the pilot to take you to your destination if the plane lands safely.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you get into a vehicle and you don't know the man from Adam's Merciless Eve. And you trust the person to take you to your destination. Really? But guess what? The man that walk with God in faith like the good man that is in heavenly places. Enoch. Yeah?
Yeah.
And the children's story said, and I have the document beside me, so listen, Enoch and God were so close. They were so good friends that one evening, Enoch was so close to God's home. God said, listen, don't go back home. I'm taking you to my own. That's a child story. But it's all good. You say, Enoch, I'm not staying alone. Come home with me instead. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Once we learn a lot of, and when you go back to Moses' life, he was the next Pharaoh. And guess what? The word of God said the man Pharaoh was the meekest man ever walked the earth. So when we learn more humility and meekness don't mean that you're stupid and fool. Because God called fools, but I've never read in the scripture that he keep them. So when you are converted, strengthen your brethren. So medically, you don't talk down the people. That would be disrespectful and rude. Education, not condemnation. So when Glass with a big head with a lot of information up there, he blessed to bless others so that he get the glory, the honor, and the praise. And his kingdom will be hastened, his throne exalted, and his name glorified. Because whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever do, don't do so. Do all to the glory of God. And I will honor those who honor me.
Wonderful. Well said, Dr. Guest. Until next time, listeners and viewers, there you have it. Your health is your responsibility. Make the right choice. If you need to connect with Dr. Guest, please give us a call at 345-321-6969, and we will be happy to make that connection for you. So go ahead and make some wise choice. Take your water with you, sip it a little at a time, and ensure that you keep hydrated. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up and also share these essential tips so that you can make somebody be healthier and happier. Thank you, Dr. Guest, for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4, Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, viewers. I'm Lady Elise, and you're tuned in to Flashpoint Radio's Breakfast Hour. Here are the top stories making the headlines for today. We begin with some local news. Spouse of deceased Caymanian challenges refusal of his permanent residency application. A spouse of a deceased Caymanian has been granted leave to apply for judicial review of the decision by the Director of Workplace Opportunities and Residency Cayman Work to refuse his permanent residency application. The director denied the application after his Caymanian wife passed away, stating that the marriage was not intact at the time of her death. He contends that the decision was unlawful and unreasonable, alleging that work relied on false information provided by his late wife without consulting him. The Grand Court is now set to hear the case, as justice found an arguable case that he was given a fair opportunity to be heard. And some regional news over in Guyana. Businessman charged for exporting gold without a license. A businessman from Queens, New York and West Bank, Demara, Guyana, has been charged under the Guyana Gold Board Act for exporting gold without a license. He was arrested by the Major Crime Investigation Unit and he pleaded not guilty before the principal magistrate, Judy Lachman, at the Diamond Magistrates Court. He has been granted a bail set for $600,000. CARICOM welcomes installation of new Haitian Prime Minister. The Caribbean Community, CARICOM, has welcomed the installation of Haiti's new Prime Minister, Gayle Conille, describing it as a critical step in addressing the country's crisis. Conille, a former United Nations senior official, has pledged to prioritize the fight against corruption and improve conditions for all Haitians. CARICOM emphasized its readiness to support Haiti during its transition to constitutional governance and restoration of institutions. Texas megachurch pastor resigns after sexual abuse allegations. A senior pastor and founder of the Gateway Church has resigned following allegations of sexual abuse dating back to the 1980s. According to Loop News, his accuser accused him of inappropriate behavior beginning when she was 12. He acknowledged the inappropriate conduct, stating it involved kissing and petting, but not intercourse. The church's board of elders has hired a new law firm to conduct an independent review of the allegations. And some news from Jamaica. Health concerns on the rise as sewage floods several streets in Kingston. Residents of Arnett Gardens and surrounding areas in Kingston are urging local authorities to address the issue of sewage flooding in their streets. The overflow has reached a critical level, posing significant health risk. Areas like Collie Smith Drive are particularly affected, with residents and motorists driving through contaminated water. Immediate action is being requested to prevent further health hazards. Search on for 15-year-old girl in Negril who went missing after school. An Ananda alert has been activated for a 15-year-old girl from Nompril Road, Negril, who has been missing since the morning of June 18. She was last seen wearing her school uniform. Authorities are appealing to the public for any information on her whereabouts. Please contact the Negril Police or the nearest police station if you have any details. And some sporting news. England thrash West Indies to make winning start to the Super 8s. In Gross Islet, St. Lucia, England's Phil Salt scored 87 runs to lead his team to an 8-wicket victory over the West Indies in the 2020 World Cup Super 8 match. The West Indies posted a total of 180 for 4, but England chased it down with 15 balls to spare, with Johnny Bairstow contributing 48 not out. And finally, Tropical Storm Alberta Advisory. Tropical Storm Alberta is near the coast of Mexico, with heavy rains and gusty winds subsiding along the Texas coast but continuing in northeastern Mexico. The storm is expected to move inland over Mexico soon, leading to weakening and dissipation later today or tonight. Now stay tuned for Flashpoint Radio for more updates and detailed reports throughout the day. I'm Lady Elise, wishing you a safe and informed day ahead.
Renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Okay, so you need to go get your roofs checked. Make sure that there is no leaking or anything that will be happening. as you just heard in the news, our first tropical storm.
Get some of those drains cleared.
And get some of those drains cleared.
Yeah, I remember Winter Park was like crazy the other day when the rain fall, and man, it's like you know.
It's a new
everybody
river.
Everybody had a different situation to deal with.
A waterway.
Yeah, they had to bring out the rescue teams.
Yes.
To clear some of those places and trim some of those trees and all those things. Yeah.
So call M&M up if you need to have those things sorted out, your drains and your roofs. 345-927-7509. Right. So a reminder of the fish fry that comes up on the 1st of July. Fish fry 1st of July for your escovitch fish, steamed fish, brown stew fish, gungo rice and peas, and curry chickpeas, and vegetable roast. Tickets are right here. They're only $15, and there will also be a car wash. Remember, it's for a worthy cause. Please support. Now, before we get out of here, it's all about birthday celebrations, and I know Hazel G has been reminding us about the birthday celebrations. And so, yes, our very, very special, can you be more special than special? Extra special. I want to say happy birthday to you, Nikki B. Yes. And we're going to drop this song for you. Nikki, I hope you are enjoying your day so far. It's still early days. And I wish for you health and strength and prosperity and many, many more happy ones. Nikki B has a beautiful voice. I wish I should have had her picture up for display here, but she sings very beautifully and she always has a smile on her face. And I hope today will be filled with more of those beautiful smiles. Happy birthday from all of us here at Flashpoint. And we have a song that we will definitely be playing for you. Yeah, this one specially for the lady Nikki B.
Created in his likeness in the darkness of the womb, I became a masterpiece in the coldness of a tomb. Well, it's beyond all comprehension how life turns into art. When he painted me with Calvary's blood, I became a work of art. I'm not picture perfect, just ordinary clay, and I still feel the master's brush on my life from day to day. Oh, he repaired the canvas where sin had left its mark. When he painted me with his own blood, I became a work of art. Life's not a pretty picture when you run in disarray, and hope can fade to nothing when your heart is on display. And on a hill of condemnation is where my picture starts. When he painted me with Calvary's blood, I became a work of art. Oh, I'm not picture perfect, just ordinary clay, and I still feel the master's brush on my life from day to day. he repaired the canvas where sin had left its mark. When he painted me with his own blood, I became a work of art. Oh, he repaired the canvas where sin had left its mark. I became a work of art. When he painted me with his own blood, I became a work of art. When he painted me.
She became a work of art painted by his blood. Nikki B, want to say a special birthday to you, of course, from me. Yeah, saying happy birthday, and hope you live to see many, many, many more, and with good health, and of course lots of money. Yeah, plenty money. I believe that money can buy every single thing that is on this planet. That's what I believe.
Yes.
In fact, I am certain of it now. Before,
were you talking without your microphone on?
Yeah, I am talking with my microphone on.
Yes.
No. I used to not believe that. I used to believe like everybody else do that money can't buy everything. But I realized that I was foolish. Money can pay for everything. What money can't buy, somewhat, is not worth having. Is that I'm just feeling that right now. Because if you don't have money, that's just not going to work. You know, if you have money, you can't even buy salvation with it. You know, I know somebody said, Mikey, you talk so much nonsense sometimes. but when you realize it right now, if you have enough money, you can get the best chair in the house and everywhere else.
Yes.
If you have money, you are the one who is recognized everywhere, in church and outside.
Yes.
So no, I don't want to know anything more. Get enough money, and everything else will be okay.
Yes.
The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, all these things will be added unto you.
Of course.
But if you seek the money first, everything else seems to add unto you much faster. And so I think that's the route that most people are taking now. All right. So I guess we can't ignore that. Give God praise, give God thanks, for all the things that we have achieved. We have to give him the thanks and the praise for it.
Yes.
And we have to give him the seat of recognition that says, without him, we would have failed a long time ago.
Yes.
Having said that, happy birthday, Nikki. Have yourself a beautiful one.
Yes, and I need to find out from Hazel G. Is she still...
I don't know.
Is there any other birthday? No. That's it? Well, happy birthday.
No more birthdays, I think.
Yes, have yourself a wonderful birthday and many more happy ones. Yes, that's what we say right here. So it has been a wonderful morning. And thank you for joining us here. Tomorrow is All Gospel Friday. Remember to be sure to share the link and to connect with us. 345-321-6969. That's the number to reach us on. And I say have yourself a wonderful day. May God bless you abundantly more than you can ask, imagine, or think. And we are out with happy birthday
to Nikki.
Yeah.
Wow, what a way to leave the studio today.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you, Nikki. Guys, go out yourself, have yourself a wonderful day. Speak it into being. You know, everything that we have shared here on the Flashpoint, all to make your life better. So please, please take these words of wisdom, those that you have garnered from our health talk this morning. Let's do something different. Let's change our diet. Sometimes it will take baby steps to get to the destination, but believe me, it's worth it, because your health is your only wealth. Have yourself a blessed day.
First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live, hey, 'cause today is all I have. Ha. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come, and I'll be a better man. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live. Woo!
You're listening to Flashpoint.
Today is all I have.